9 experienced hikers fled their tent into a minus 30 degrees Celsius blizzard. They didn't have shoes. They didn't have coats. But they didn't die from the cold. They died from high-impact trauma that science says is physically impossible without a high-speed vehicle. Collision inside a mountain range with no roads for 100 miles. There were no tracks. No witnesses. Why were their clothes saturated with localized radiation? Why were their tongues and eyes missing? And why did the Soviet government seal these files for 60 years? Today, using 2026 topographical reconstruction, we look at the evidence the world was never meant to see. These weren't amateurs. Igor Dyatlov and his team were Grade 3 hikers, the highest certification in the USSR. They knew how to survive. Yet, on the night of February 2nd, something happened that shattered their professional training. Look at the tent. Forensic analysis shows it wasn't shredded by a bear or a blizzard. It was sliced open from the inside. They weren't trying to let something in. They were desperate to get out. They ran toward the woods in their socks and underwear. In a Siberian winter, that is a death sentence within minutes. What could be so terrifying that a professional hiker chooses to freeze to death rather than stay inside a nylon tent? When the search party finally found the bodies months later, the official cause of death was listed as a compelling natural force. But the autopsy reports tell a different story, a gruesome, contradictory story. First, the missing organs. Ludmila Dubinina was found without her tongue or eyes. Some say scavengers, but why only her? And why was there no blood in her throat? Then the orange skin. Witnesses at the funerals reported the skin of the victims looked tanned or deeply orange, as if they had been cooked from the inside out. But the most chilling detail is the vacuum effect. 3 of the hikers had massive internal crush injuries, broken ribs, and fractured skulls, with 0 external bruising. It's as if their chests were imploded by a localized pressure wave, a force so clean it didn't even break the skin. For decades we blamed Yetis or aliens, but in 2026 acoustic modeling gave us a terrifyingly terrestrial answer: the Kármán vortex street. The unique dome-like shape of Dead Mountain acts as a natural whistle. When the Siberian winds hit the peak at a specific angle, they create infrasound sound waves below 20 Hz. You can't hear them, but your body feels them. At high volumes, infrasound triggers a primal panic. It causes the eyes to vibrate, creating hallucinations of shadows, and it makes the heart rate spike to near-lethal levels. It makes you feel like your lungs are collapsing. But here's the twist. Other hikers miles away reported seeing strange orange spheres in the sky that same night. Was the mountain's natural acoustics being used for a secret military test? Was the infrasound a byproduct of a weapon? If it was just a natural disaster, why did the KGB descend on the site within days? Why did they confiscate a piece of scrap metal found near the tent that never appeared in the official evidence log? The radiation on the clothes wasn't from the environment. It was localized, as if they had walked through a cloud of fallout. The government didn't protect the hikers. They protected the weapon. They waited for the snow to melt, for the evidence to rot, and for the world to look away. The mountain didn't just kill them. It was a laboratory. But Dyatlov isn't the only place where the earth screams. In our next file, we travel to the Enponing mine, where miners found something even deeper and much older than the rock itself. The truth is in the files. Subscribing ensures you see the next one before it's taken down.